Guys, welcome back to this series of tutorials where we are building a food delivery app in React Native and Firebase. Today we're gonna continue from where we left or where we stopped last time. We started building this screen. This is called the home screen, and let me open the actual app. This is what you've done last time, and now we're gonna continue. So far this is what we have built. We have built this screen, the welcome screen. We have built the sign-in screen, and when you press there, it takes you to the home screen, and you're gonna continue from here. Without wasting any time, we're going to proceed. I want you to go to your code editor, and inside your source folder, go to your screen folder and open the home screen. This is my home screen. So far I have called this home header, which we created in the last video, and we're gonna proceed. As I said, we're gonna be building this screen from top to the bottom. So the next thing that we need to create is these two buttons. So when I click on that pickup button, that's taking a bit time for it to change. You can see it changes the colors and it calls the screen which has got the map on it. So, and if I click back on delivery, it's gonna take me back to the home screen. So if you want to order food for delivery, we click on this button. It's gonna take you there, and when you click on that one, on the pickup button, that means you want to go to the restaurant yourself to pick up the food or to drive through. So it's gonna bring you the map, which will have the different restaurant on the map. But for now, let's begin implementing these patterns. This is very simple. So the first thing that we're gonna do is, below this header component, I want you to open a view. We open a view like that, and inside this view, we're going to first of all import some component from React Native. Go to React Native, import Touchable Opacity. We import that component, and then we're gonna come down here and we're going to call the Touchable Opacity component. And this should wrap a view, and this view is what this button is. Okay, so in this view we're gonna pass some styles to it, and this will be, we have to pass the colors, but these colors will be dynamically passed, because you see when I press on the other button, this one will become will change the color, and this one will become orange. And if I click back to the other button, you see that it will also gonna change back the color. So but for now, we're going to do this. We pass the background color. Okay, instead of creating these styles here, I want us to create these styles in, okay, it's fine, let's create it here. It's okay, it's not a lot of styles, so we're just gonna say background color. Now we're gonna have to create some state so that when we click on one of the buttons, we know which button we have clicked on. And to do that, I'm going to import use state So we're gonna make the use of use state hook. This hook we're going to use it inside here. I'm gonna say const, we can call this delivery button, so I'm just gonna say delivery, and also we should be able to change the state. We're gonna say set delivery, and this then gonna be equal to some hooks, and the initial state should be true because we want the app to come to have the delivery button selected or pressed. So I'm gonna say the initial state is true, and inside here then what I will do is I'll say if delivery is true, I'm gonna use the conditional operators. If this is true, then the colors should be the background color should be colors dot buttons. Let me see if my colors are imported. No, this is wrong. I'm not importing colors from React Native element, so I need to import the colors as well inside here from our global styles import. I'm gonna import the colors as well as parameters. All this will be from our global styles, so it's gonna be from global and then stars, and then we can be able to use this here. So say if if the delivery button is pressed or if it's true, then we're gonna use colors, the button's colors, and else we're gonna use colors dot, you can use gray for, let's keep it 4 for now, and inside this we need to have this text here called delivery. So we can open a text component and we call it delivery, and one more thing that I want us to do is to give some padding. Okay, I'm going to create this from my styles. I'm gonna say delivery button. I'm creating some stars because the stars is becoming a lot to create all of them there. I'm going to say delivery button here, and then I'm gonna give it some padding horizontal, pass 20, and I'm gonna say some border radius, I'm gonna pass 15. Let me put this at the bottom like this, and I'm also gonna pass some padding vertical, and let me give it 5. And also I'm going to create some style for the text itself. Say delivery text, and I'm gonna just give it margin left of 5, and font size of 16. then I'll go back. I'll pass some stars here. First of all, before doing that, I'll spread the delivery button stars here. I'm gonna use the spread operator stars dot delivery button, and that should be fine. And then here I'm gonna pass some stars as well. Stars equal to stars dot delivery text. Let's save. Before that, let me see the app that we're building. I'm going to save this now. Let's see what happens. Okay, we have the button there. It's occupying the full space. That's fine for now. We're gonna manage this just now. So what I want us to do now that we have this button, you can see we have the button there that we have created. We're going to pass some stars here, and we're going to say that we're going to pass some margin. And the margin we're gonna say, the stars we need to pass a margin. I'm gonna say margin top, give it, let's say 10. Let's see what this gives. Okay, now we have that there. Let's see. Okay, 10 is kind of a lot for what we need. I'm gonna give it 5. No, I did pass 20, so 10 should be fine. I did pass 20, so 10 is okay. Okay, that's fine. Now I'm also going to pass some flakes direction. I'm going to say just gonna be a row, of course, and I'm going to copy this and paste it because we have two buttons, delivery as well as pickup. So, and instead of having this, I'm gonna put pickup, and instead of having gonna change this, that if the thing is true, this color should be gray 4 instead of, and then if it's not true, that means if delivery is not selected, that means you have selected to pick up your food. That means this should be the button's color. I hope you understand what's happening. So what we're trying to do here is that, okay, let me first save this, then I will explain just now. Let's add some style here. I'm gonna say justify content. We're gonna say space evenly, and let's see what happens. I'm going to save. Awesome. Now you have the pickup as well as delivery buttons. So it's more or less what we're expecting. So instead of giving it 4, I'm going to give it 5 because this is too much gray than what we need. Gray 5. I'll also give gray 5 there. And let me save. Okay, this is okay. Now if I click there, there's nothing happening, because the point is if I click on pickup should change the color, and if I click back on this should change the color as I'm trying to do it. So what I will do is we need to have some event listeners uh, for this touchable view. So we're gonna say on press. Then I want to what to make this true. So we're gonna say on press set delivery true. We know by default is true already, but we just want to make that also true, and we can copy this and let's paste it also here, so we can be listening to some event from this touchable opacity view. So on this one we say that when also it is pressed, so when it is pressed, I want this to be set to false. And let's now save. Let's see what happens. Okay, let me press this. Now I can see it changing. Now pickup is alerted or selected if I click back there. So this is exactly what we wanted to achieve, and this is fine for now. Now there's one thing more I want you to see. All these items, all these things are inside a scroll view, because you can see everything can be scrolled except this except these two buttons. So that means you need to wrap some of the items in scroll view, and let's do that right now. So scroll up and go to your React Native import. Going to import the scroll view component. You must import the scroll view component, and then we're gonna come down here. You're going to wrap everything inside the scroll view. I'm gonna say scroll view, import that. Let me just cut this part and paste it at the bottom. You paste it there. So there are some props that we're going to pass to this scroll view, and the first one is called sticky header indices. So because if you see, let me just go back to this. If you see, as I said, the delivery and pickup button are not being scrolled, so you have to tell the scroll view from which view should it begin scrolling, or what item should be left as a header for this scroll view. So to do that, go to the scroll view. I'm going to pass some props. And the first one, as I said, is sticky header indices. So because you want to leave something as a header in this scroll view, and that header will be these two buttons, so it's one view. So the face view, in this scroll view, we're gonna say we're gonna pass the indices as 0. So this would be like an array of views. So make sure these all items are inside one view, because this will be counting all your views and it's gonna stick the view which you're gonna be putting in this array. So we're gonna say the face to view, which is view 0. And also let me just say shows, I don't want to show the horizontal scroll, so I'll say shows horizontal scroll indicator, vertical scroll indicator, and I'm gonna pass let's see if I'm showing that. Okay, that is being shown. This is this scroll here. As I'm scrolling, you can see there's this indicator at the right end here where my cursor is. So I want to keep that. If you don't want to keep it, you can put false, but in my case I will keep it, say true, and I will save. So now I want us to begin building this, and in order to build that, I want you to open another separate view outside of this view and call a view and close the tabs. And inside this view, I'm going to create another view, and this view will be holding this icon as well as this text, which is going to be the address. And all these data we will pass them dynamically and all that, but for now we're just creating the UI, and after we have the UI, then we'll start creating the back end so that we pass the data dynamically. So let's see if I have the icon imported from React Native component. That's correct. Then I can begin coding. I will say I'm gonna create the icon here. Icon. Sorry, I need to close the tag. Not gonna take any children. So just need to close that tag there. And then I'm gonna pass the type, which gonna be the material type. Gonna say material community. And the name, you can see the name is this icon, so the name will be the map marker. It's the map name, it will be equal to map marker. And the color, need to pass the color prop, and also this will be gonna use our global colors. Then we're gonna use the gray, can use one because I can see it's dark gray. Sorry, this is not an object, this is supposed to be the props. And make sure this is an equal sign, it's not an object. Passing props, and we're going to pass the size as well, size prop, which will be equal to, you can say 26 for now, and that should be it. Now also underneath we must create this text component. I'm gonna say text, and you can put whatever address. This address will be the address of the user to show the user's location, but I just took a random address, 22 Basie Street. Awesome. Now we have this icon created. So what we will do is, let's save and see first of all what it looks like. But before that, actually I need to create some styles here. Give it a flex direction, should be the row. And for this test, let me pass some styles as well. Styles. Give it margin left. Can give it some margin of, let's say, 5. And let's see what it looks like. I'm going to save. Okay, I see something has changed. Let me see why is it that we're having this problem. For X direction row. Okay, I see what the problem is. Since we have included this sticky header indices, we need to make sure we give it a horizontal, a vertical view as well, because now we're using the row. So let's wrap a view around this. I'm gonna say open a view tag. Can just cut this and paste it at the bottom of this view as well. Let me squeeze it in. Then paste the closing tag for this view here. Yes. So now we have this view, which is horizontal view. Then it's wrapping this view with a flex direction of row. Then this will be counted as the view 0 for this sticky header indices. So if I save this, this should sort the problem. Let's see. Awesome. So now you have our buttons there, and you have the address, and it's not yet what we're looking. It's not exactly what we're looking for yet. Okay, let now first create this view as well. Before creating that, I want to pass some styles. No, it's okay. Can just copy this view. You can copy this and paste it here. And instead of map marker, you can put this one clock time for and the color can leave it to that one, and then the text, instead of the street address, we're gonna put now. And let me go back to our app, and now I'm gonna save. Let's see what happens. Okay, now you have the time icon as well as the now as well. And let me just align this into center. I'm gonna say align items center. Let's see. Okay, this is much better. I'm gonna put the same for this align items, press center to it. Okay, now this still does not look as what we want, so we need to pass a flex direction of row to this component. So you can see all these two views, this as well as this, are inside a main view which is there. So we can pass the style with a flex direction of row as well. Flex direction, we pass row. Let's see what happens when I save. I'm going to save now. Okay, now we have these items aligned into a row, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass some margin left, I say 20, like that. And here I need to pass the background color, because you can see all these items are inside the gray background, a light gray background. So I'm going to pass some background color in this view. Background color, I'm going to say global colors, and let's give it the full background color, and let's see how it will look like. And also need to pass some border radius, because you can see these things is they've got this radius, this curve here. So border radius can pass, let's say 15. Let's see what happens on the app. I'm going to save now. Okay, this is beginning to look much better, and I'm going to pass some padding, horizontal, vertical, just let's say 5. Sorry. Okay, let's see if this. Okay, I think this is too much gray, so I'm going to, instead of passing the gray 4, let's pass 5, and instead of sorry, as we are here, instead of passing the gray of 4, I pass 5, and the padding horizontal, instead of passing 5, I'm going to pass 3. I'm gonna save that. Okay, now this looks better, and I'm going to pass some padding as well for this view here. So I'm going to say padding left, I'm gonna pass 10. Okay, now I need to create another view, because if you see, let me open this, you have this other icon there for filters, so they are all in a row with these items. So what I will do is I'll create a view that will wrap all these things. Say view, and I'll copy this and paste it down. I'll cut this to paste it down. So I'll paste it at the end of all this view, which gonna be here. then inside here we're going to create this filter icon. We're going to create that filter icon. So go here in this view, create another view. Actually, you don't have to create a view at all, but let me just create one. And then in this view, let me just copy this icon so I don't waste time typing the same things over and over. Paste this icon there, and the color will keep the same. We're just gonna change the name, and the name will be equal to tune. Just put tune. So this is to filter out items. So I'm going to go to the project that we're building. Let me save this and see what happens. Okay, now we have this there because we didn't put yet all this inside the a flex direction of row. So go back to the top in this view here, pass some styles. I'm going to say flex direction, we pass row, and let's save. Now we have the items in the row as well. I'm going to say align item to get everything into center, and also going to say justify content, justify content. We're going to say space between. Okay, now we have that icon there, and also I want to justify this content here. Before that, let's pass some margin that will be horizontal. Plus 10. Let's save. Okay, we're also gonna pass some margin vertical. We can pass margin vertical, we can say 10 as well. Let's see. Okay, I can see these stars here are becoming too messy, so I'm going to cut all this object of stars because it's really crazy now in this. So we put them inside the star sheet. I'm gonna cut this, and then I'll say these stars will be equal to stars. We can give it the stars of filter view. You can say filter view. Okay, then let's create the stars inside our stars sheet. Inside the star sheet, create a star called filter view. It should be an object. Then I can paste what I did cut there, and let me just try to make it look better. At least this is much better. So I'm going to save this. It should still be the same thing. Yes, that's fine, but still this does not look like what we want yet. So we need to do something to get this item as it looks here. So let's go back to our app. This is what we have so far. So what I will say is, first of all, you need this to give this a background of white. As you can see, at the time now is in a background of white. So go to this view, pass it a background of white, background color, gonna say global colors, and this should be cut background, and also it's rounded, so we need to pass some border radius in these styles as well. And even this style is getting messy, I'm going to cut it as well from here and create a style inside the style sheet. Cut it, say styles dot, can call it time or clock, and then we need to create the clock style sheet in here, or what call it, clock view. We call it clock view. Then inside our style sheet we need to create the clock view style. Clock view, and then let's paste the styles that we just copied. Let me try to make it neat. Give it a background of white, and we need to pass the border radius as well. Border radius, we pass 15. And let's save this. Let's see what will happen in our app first. Going to save this. Okay, now we have that in a white background. I'm going to pass some padding as well. Inside padding, horizontal, I'm going to pass 5. I'm going to pass margin right, margin, you can pass, let's say, 20. Alright, but still it's not exactly what we want yet, because what we want is this is kind of centered and all that. So in order to achieve that, this, go back to the view, and first of all delete this space, justify content space evenly. Delete this for now, and no, sorry, I made the wrong code. This is for the buttons. I mean, it's not the right view. Yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. View.filter view, which is this filter view here. So go to the filter view style, and for now let's comment this out, and then we're going to check now this one here, this view. Then we can also create a style for it, because this is not the right way of typing this code. It's gonna be very messy soon. So I'm cutting that. I'm gonna just say address view. Address view. Sorry, need first by styles. It's gonna be into styles dot address view. Then let's create the address view and paste the code that I've just copied or cut. Address view. I'm gonna paste the code. Let's make it clean. Okay, now inside this address view, I'm gonna say justify content. I'm going to say let's say space evenly. Let's see what it will look like. Okay, now we have this. So we can also check the filter view, and on this justify, I'm going to say space let's say space evenly, and let's see. Okay, now it's giving us this. This is beginning to look much better. Let's see what we have on top. And now we need to make this a bit longer. We need to have a big margin there and big margin on the left as well. I mean on the right as well. So in order to do that, come to the address view. I'm going to say padding horizontal. I'm going to pass padding horizontal, padding horizontal. I'm going to pass something like 30. Let's see what it will give us. Oh, let me give 20. That is too much. Okay, it's beginning to look like what we want. And on this marker, let's see if this is more or less what we want. Okay, I think we have something close, or at least looking like what we want. This is good. And now the next thing that we need to do, we need to create this card as well. This is a selection card. We need to create this card. In order to create this card, Okay, first of all, we need to create this text here, which is called category. So I'm gonna go to the main view, which is our scroll view. Inside here, I'm going to open a view. A view with some text, and this will be called categories. And let's save this and see what we get. But before that, I'm going to create some styles, and this I will create the stars. I'll call it header. So stars dot header, and inside our star sheet we need to create this header star, or I should say it's header text, not just header text. Okay, and then here we can create that star called header text. And first of all, let's open them so we see exactly what we're building. We can give it some colors, and this will be global colors dot gray. Let's say gray 1, and font size we pass, say 22. Font weight gonna be bold, and I'm gonna save this. Let's see what we get here. Okay, we're getting something, and I want to give it some padding left of 20. Now 20 seems a lot. Let's see what it looks in. Okay, 20 seems a lot, and the color also is very dark, so we're gonna pass 2 instead of 1, gray 2, and here I'm gonna pass 10, and let's save that. Okay, this looks great, and now you can see that this thing is inside the background color of light gray. So we're gonna create a style, we call it header text view. Just make sure when you give your styles name, give them meaningful name, so that when you read them they can mean something to you. Sorry, I'm creating this outside. Should cut this and put it inside our star sheet. Awesome. And this view, just going to give it some background color, and this will be the global colors dot gray 5. And let's go back to our header text view, which is this, and then let's pass the stars that we just created now. So this will be stars dot header text view, and let's save this and see what happens. Okay, now we're getting that. Then we can create some card here, as you can see inside the app, and we need to pass some padding bottom. Let's see. Yes, let's give it some padding of 2 maybe. Let's say padding be vertical. Let's see inside the app. So heading to, let's save and see. Okay, this looks great. Can even give it padding of 3, and the size there we can give it 24. Okay, this is great. Now we can begin creating the card. Now we're gonna start creating this card here, but for now, I see this video is now very long. I'm going to end this video here, and in the next video we'll begin creating this card as well as all of these other cards. I think we should be able to complete this in the next video. Thank you for watching, and if you are not subscribed yet, please do subscribe to this channel. It really helps a lot. And until then, keep safe and take care. Bye bye.